Hi everybody, it's Lorraine Murray here from Connected Kids. I'm going to do a short meditation here, and it's based on the experience I had at the weekend when I was teaching a class, teaching adults how to learn the skills to teach children meditation, our Connected Kids course. And one of the things that came up again and again during the course was the difficulty people have dealing with grief and feelings of sadness. And sometimes anger as well, but we're going to deal with grief and sadness today. And it was really showing up how these adults had really never learned how to process difficult feelings that came up for them. So the learned behaviour, the learned response was just to push them all down inside. And you perhaps know as an adult that that can be done in the short term, but in the long term it does come back to bite us on the bum, mentally and emotionally speaking. So we did a little practice in the class which I thought was really good, and someone asked me if I had a recording, which I didn't, but I decided to record it because I thought it would be quite useful. So I'm going to do this one for adults, and then I'm going to do one which you could use, this one could use with teens as well if you wanted to, but then I'm going to do one for younger children, and to give them something quite different to use, see if that helps, okay? So I hope you have some experience of meditation, but if you don't, then I suggest you make sure that you're not going to be disturbed, that your phone is switched off, and that you actually just sit back, close your eyes and listen to this, and just pay attention, especially pay attention to what comes up in your body, okay? So that's the important thing. And yeah, just make sure you've got some good contact with the ground between the soles of your feet if you're seated in a chair, or if you're sitting on the ground, then obviously between the base of your spine. And that just helps us stay grounded when we're experiencing perhaps a strong emotion that comes up for us. And if you can just start by taking your attention to your breath. So what that means is take your attention to your nose or to your mouth, or sometimes people prefer that if they take their attention to the excuse me, the rise and fall of their chest, and even placing a hand on your chest can be very comforting, just to feel the rise and fall. And that sense of touch can be very comforting too. And you can keep your hand there as long as you want to. And you're just focusing on your breath, not to make it the perfect breath, but just to pay attention to it and just to notice, how it is in this moment. And it might naturally slow down, or you may notice certain thoughts you're thinking about your breath, and all of that's okay. So just remind yourself that's okay, that you're just noticing your breath and there's nothing to do other than that. And sometimes if we pay attention to the out-breath in particular, and you can count the out-breath, you can just follow the journey of the out-breath, and then just let the in-breath return to you, come home to you. So following the out-breath every time you breathe out. That's a very good way of helping to relax your body. It really soothes the nervous system when you pay attention to the out-breath. So no matter what kind of day or week or month or year you've had so far, you can just in this moment pay attention to your out-breath, counting it, following it, and then just allowing your in-breath to return to you. Very gently, very soft. And if you were to think about what it is that's making you feel sad, or making you feel grief, actually, sadness and grief are very intertwined with each other. You might think about a person or a situation, it could be from the present or the past. You might just notice where you feel that in your body. And it might feel like it's all over your body, particularly if it's strong, but whatever it is, just allow yourself to feel it and then come back to your breath. So what we're trying to do is not force it back down inside and not feel it, but actually feel it. And you may feel quite emotional when you do this. You think of that person or that situation. It may bring up other emotions as well as sadness and grief, but let's just focus on the the ones that are causing tears or the strong emotions like that just now. And if you could just notice that, notice where you feel it in your body, the feeling of sadness and grief. You might be thinking about it, but as well as thinking, just see if you can just allow yourself to feel it, even if at present it feels quite overwhelming. And then I'm going to ask you to breathe the feeling that you're having into the area where your hand might be on your chest. Or if your hand's not there, you can place it there, or you can just breathe into your chest. And if you're breathing into your chest where your hand is, I want you to actually imagine or just set the intention that you're going to breathe this feeling in. You're going to accept this feeling and take it on. You're not going to push it away anymore like you've done before. You're going to keep breathing in. And at first you may not wish to do that because the logical head tells us, no, we don't want to do that. We want to just push this feeling away. It's too much. But if you can just allow yourself to breathe it into your chest, and sometimes using an image like a little circle of pink light or a dot of pink light in your chest, just something for you to rest your attention on with your imagination as well as your hand. So whatever that feeling is and wherever it lives in your body, just drawing it up and into that pink light, into your chest again and again. And the feeling might get a little bit bigger for a while, and that's okay, because you're really allowing yourself to feel it. But you're allowing yourself to accept it and breathe it into that pink light. You're allowing yourself to honour it and to notice it and to feel it. And it will perhaps feel a little bit like a wave, might reach a really high point, but then it will start to descend. And it will go at its own pace and its own time. And all you can do is keep breathing back in that feeling. And if you're holding your breath, some people do that sometimes, just check in to notice. Remember to notice your breath and just breathe in that feeling as much as you can. And then I want you to take your attention down through your body. I want you to imagine that there are roots coming from either the base of your spine or the soles of your feet. Little imaginary roots like a plant or a tree might have. And I'm going to invite you to, each time you breathe out, to push those roots down into the earth a little bit further and deeper, through the floor, into the earth, each time you breathe out. So you're breathing in this feeling that's been overwhelming for a long time, and you're breathing out and pushing those roots, those invisible roots, down into the earth with each breath. And you're just allowing those roots to go a little bit deeper and become stronger with each breath. And as you do that, just let them go as far and as wide as you need them to. And then you might imagine that those roots actually connect to other roots, the roots of people around you that can or want to support you. Just like the trees all connect together through their roots. And you feel those roots just pushing down, connecting to others. And let them go down as far as you want, even to the very core of the earth if they need to be there. They're your roots, and it's your breath, and they can go as deep as you wish them to go. And you might still notice that feeling somewhere in your body that's carrying the grief and the sadness. And you're just breathing into your chest. You're not trying to push it away and pretend it's not there. You're breathing in. And you might just notice what it feels like as you do that. Just allowing that feeling that sensation to flow into the light in your chest. And each time you breathe out, pushing your roots down into the earth. And then just let your attention come back to your breath as you did before, at the tip of the nose, or your mouth, or the rise and fall of your chest. And then just start to wiggle fingers and toes until you can feel that you can open your eyes. And eventually you get yourself a drink of water. And I hope you're okay. And for me, what happens in that meditation is that the more we resist something, the more energy and pressure, internal pressure is created towards something. It doesn't really go away, it just stays with us and feels bigger and bigger inside, more scary. And breathing it into the chest, the area of the chest, the area of the heart actually, is a very powerful way to just accept the feeling and to allow it to change and to process through your body, through your mind, through your feelings. In very much the same way that the weather changes every day, you know, from sunshine to clouds, you know, to rain, thunderstorms, and back to sunshine, day to night. So just the way it changes there is how our emotions can change, and we really help that when we allow ourselves to breathe in and accept it. And pushing down into the earth with the roots is giving yourself a chance to feel. Because a lot of emotions can come up because we're ungrounded. We've kind of run away from feeling what the experience was trying to teach us through the sense of feeling. So I hope that's helped. And I wish you lots of practice with that. Come back and do it as often as you choose. It's only about 10 minutes long. 10 minutes, but at the same time you would take to drink a cup of coffee. So give yourself the ease and the grace to just come in and experience that. Have a wonderful day.